Mercedes SL nameplate is one with a glorious heritage that dates back all the way to the original 300 SL Gullwing, which to my eyes is still one of the prettiest cars ever made. And you know, the model has changed a lot and evolved over the past 70 years, but has always remained the pinnacle for Mercedes as far as being a grand touring sports car. And now we have the 7th generation model, and this is now strictly marketed as an AMG only car. And a lot has changed. Now, before we carry on with today's review, if you are thinking of trading in your car perhaps for something like this, why not try selling your car with Quotz instead? Quotz helps you sell your car quickly and easily. With the new Quotz doorstep, get a professional inspection by our certified mechanics at your convenience anywhere on the island. Quotz will then auction out your car online to its wide network of dealers to bid on your car. Once bidding is complete, Quotz will update you with the best offer price at no obligation. It's that easy. To find out more, visit quotz.com.sg. That's quotz.com.sg. Now, back to the review. Now, let's first talk about the design of the car. So, as you can clearly see, this car is all grille and all aggression. And there's nothing subtle about this car, and why should that be, right? This is an SL and it makes its presence felt on the road. Now, as you can also clearly see, this is a convertible. However, one big change is that this is now a fabric soft top instead of the folding hardtop of the previous two generations.
The Mercedes AMG SL55 is priced at just over $1 million. The 4-litre V8 engine produces 476 brake horsepower and 700 Nm of torque. The 9-speed transmission brings the car from 0 to 100 km/h in 3.9 seconds. The SL55 has a claimed fuel consumption of 7.4 km/L. For more details on the Mercedes AMG SL55 or any other car, head on to Sgcarmart.com to help you make the smart choice on your next car. Now back to the review.
Now, at the rear, again, it is a very distinctive looking car, and it's worth pointing out that there is a spoiler here that can be activated from inside the car. Now, I guess we should also talk about the boot. So we have a 213-litre boot. It's not very big, but then again, this is probably what you're going to expect from a car that looks like that, right? Now, let's go jump inside the car and point out one other very major change. Now, here we also see the reintroduction of the 2+2 seating arrangement, and it's something that we haven't seen in the SL for quite a long time. However, as you can probably tell, it's not very spacious, so legroom is non-existent, and headroom is infinite because the roof is open, but you know, with the roof closed, Mercedes does state that this car will accommodate people up to 1.5 meters tall. I don't know how many people you know that are actually 1.5 meters tall, so you know, I think for all intents and purposes, this is a two-seater car. Now, one thing I don't particularly like is the roof mechanism. So to operate it now, you have to hit a button here, and then you have this slider thing here where you have to slide and hold it at either end to open or close. And I just think it's unnecessarily complex and not very precise, and I much prefer the old analog way where it's just a switch down here. But you know, beyond that, there's not really that much to talk about in this car. It is ultimately a small sports tourer, so it's quite a straightforward cabin, right? I think most importantly is that we have to start up that big V8 up front and take this out for a drive. Now, this is the SL55 variant. So up front, we have a 4-litre V8 producing 476 brake horsepower and 700 Nm of torque, which of course means this car is really fast. It is, right? 3.9 seconds to do 0 to 100 km/h. However, it is worth pointing out that the A45S does 0 to 100 in the same time. So, you know, this car is quick. It feels different from before. It feels heavier. I think it is 1950 kg, so it is quite a hefty car for what it is. However, this is built on a new platform, so overall rigidity is a lot better than before, and it feels that way, right? When you're going quickly around corners, the car feels a lot stiffer, a lot tighter, and you know, with that short wheelbase, it's really quite a nimble car. Is it the sportiest handling car in the world? No, I think there are sportier cars out there, but you know, this is designed to be not a full-blown sports car, right? This is a grand touring sports car. And I must say, from a comfort point of view, it's quite good. You know, I'm now in, I guess, comfort mode. Everything is in the most sort of soft setting, and it's quite quiet. You know, it's fairly comfortable over bumps. You know, it's not jittery, it's not jarring when it goes over humps, and yeah, you know, you could drive this long distances. So the new Mercedes SL, is it a will buy, won't buy, or go try? For me, this is a won't buy, and that's because we do have to address the elephant in the room, which is price. So when this car was launched at the motor show, it was asking for 867, I think, which, yes, is a big number, but I think kind of the number that you imagine a car like that to cost. Now, post-budget, this car is $1 million.
I went on her page and seen her pictures. I said, oh, jump scare.
And $1 million is a lot of money. Yes, you could say, how much more is it than 867? It's like, I guess, 15% more, right? So perhaps not that much, but I guess maybe it's the idea of $1 million car that, you know, you have to ask yourself, does this feel like $1 million car? You know, is it worth $1 million? I mean, what is worth $1 million? But I think perhaps the question, does it feel like $1 million? And I'm not sure it does. You know, it doesn't feel as special as perhaps you would want a car of that kind of stature to feel. Which is not to say that this is not interesting or a good car, because I think it does exist in a very interesting, almost unique position, right? It's a 4-litre V8 convertible 4 or 2+2 seater, and there's really not much else in the market quite like this. I mean, the closest I can think of is probably a 911 cab, and that's not a V8, right? So the V8 is a big part of the experience. You know, this is a great car with an incredible engine, and it's an engine that's not going to be with us for very long more. You know, even the new C63 is a 2-litre 4-pot. So, you know, this V8, you're not really going to ever get a chance to have a V like that again. Will you pay $1 million for a V8 engine? I don't know, right? I obviously won't. Again, I don't have the money, and I'll be very real. The sort of people that can, want to, and will buy this sort of car, they are the sort of people that are not going to be taking car buying advice from people like us. So, you know, would I spend $1 million on this? No chance in hell, but I'm really, really glad this car exists. I really like this car. I really enjoy this car. It's really fun to drive. It puts a smile on my face. I just wouldn't pay $1 million for it. However, arguably the best thing about this car is that V8 engine. So roof down, second gear, gun it, and let the engine sing. Alright, so that's our review of the new Mercedes SL. Thanks for watching. Do remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you will be alerted of all our upcoming videos. And go follow us on TikTok. We are at Sgcarmart. So that's all I have. I'm gonna drive the hell out of this V8. Bye! Do you feel that? The rain drops falling on our head.